Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this very special Transformers Age of the Primes figure review, we're going to be looking at the brand new, this is the Titan class Star Optimus Prime. Now I probably will be referring to him as Star Convoy because that is of course who this figure is, and that's his Japanese name. So there is loads to cover in this video. We're going to first and foremost have a look at the packaging, have a look at the accessories, have a look at him in each of his modes, and of course do some comparisons. But before we get started, I need to say a huge thank you to Indemand stores and Hasbro for being able to officially have a look at this figure and get the review done. So let's look at the packaging because look, it is stunning. The artwork down the front is fantastic. There are the primes all around the top of it, and we've also seen, you've probably seen the unboxing video. If you haven't, it doesn't really make much difference because I'm going to show you everything now anyway. So there is of course the little hot rod figure, which again was called Hot Rodimus. We've got the trailer, which is fantastic. We're going to do some first impressions first and foremost, then look at the alternate mode, then the battle station, and then come back, as I say, with some more of the comparisons. So this is quite difficult because this guy is big. Now he's not as big as some other Titans. I've got to be super honest with that. He's not as big perhaps as some of the Titans, but he is still very, very big. Now the load of the accessories that he comes with, I do need to attach the two bits to the top of his head, which are these. I'm going to pop them on in a second. We can also attach this little bit into the chest, which is great. So you just move these out. I've not actually had a go at this yet. I've just looked at the instructions, but there it is. This is of course, is that going to focus? There we go. Yep, that will fit into there like so. So that's fitting inside his chest perfectly, so we can cover that back up. Now then, what I think is really cool, I am going to attach these in a second, don't worry. What I think is really cool is Roller is split into two. Now in the G1 figure, Roller was the motor. This guy obviously hasn't got a motor, but you're going to clip these together when you need it, and it looks like the tracks, they won't move around, but they are painted and do look really, really nice. Right, we'll start off with the head articulation. It will spin all the way around. It will look up and down. The arms will come out to the side. You can hear the big ratchets there. You can also hear them when you go around like that. There's also more when you swivel flex the bicep. When you swivel the shoulders, you can hear that. There is waist articulation. The legs will kick. If we move the hip skirt out of the way, they will come all the way forward. You can get them higher up by bending the knee. You can kick it all the way back like so, and bend the knee all the way back as well. There is the swivel in the knee, or at the top of the thigh rather, and you've got ankle tilt as well, which again is really, really cool. So first and foremost, what I think is great, and I did want to show you this, and it's again trying to get everything to fit. I need to show you this. This is the trailer transport, which is fantastic, and they can store this in the leg of Star Convoy himself. So we can lift this up, and then you can see that's on a hinge like so, and then you can actually via them ports pop this into here and store that away, which is brilliant. That will close around it. Let's just clip this back via all of these ports there and there, and then on the back this is Roller again, and you can attach this to the back of the legs. Click that into position like so. There we go. Oh, just missed that tab there. But yeah, this guy is huge. As I say, not as big as the other what's the word I'm after, Titans, but still very, very big. Hot Rod as well, we'll have a look at in a second. I'm pretty sure this is easily as big as the core class version. But as far as first impressions go, I'm sure you'll agree, he does look very, very good. So let's come right back and have a look at him in his alternate mode. So here he is then in one of his alternate modes. This is of course his truck, and this is ridiculously big. I'm trying my best to get it on screen for you, just to give you a quick, I suppose, idea of size. This is Earthrise Prime. That's the front of the vehicle there. So we've got 1, 2, he is longer than 3 Earthrise Prime cabs. He's absolutely huge, and he looks really good. This is the basic how he's going to look with no accessories on. He's going to look even better once we've put some accessories on him. So all of the wheels are individually pinned, which you can see. Unfortunately, this track doesn't go around, but as I say, the fact that what you can do with this is pretty impressive, to be honest. So all the other accessories I didn't even attach in the first impression, so we'll see him properly built with robot mode in the third and final part. So we're going to take these two guns. These will fit onto the roof like so. The absolute giant blaster is also going to fit onto the roof like so, and then you've got this doubles up that way for base mode, but for this particular mode you use the wider dowel. That's going to fit into the back of there. And then if you wanted to, of course, you can then pop all of your blast effects in to every single gun, and I suppose anything that you've got firing if you really wanted to, just to completely power it up. What I want to do very quickly is bring in the G1 original, which again I thought was a big toy until you see this. So in fact, what I might try and do, what I've been doing with the Constructicons and stuff, is if I bring this close enough and try not to damage the original one, that might, oops, it's only the blast effect, so it's not too bad. I'll have to hold it in position, but that gives you an idea. Anybody who's got the G1, or in fact there's a reissue as well, so it's the same as the reissue, just obviously with a different sort of color scheme. But that's how big the alternate mode, it's absolutely huge. You can, of course, as I say, let's just put a few blast effects on it to have a look at what they do look like, because sometimes I think blast effects can work really, really well. You can put them on this small one here, like so. So if we're going to put it in the small one, you probably want the ones which aren't too wide. Is that going to fit in? Maybe even the thinner ones, to be fair. That can go on there, which looks good. You can attach some more blast effects to here. And of course, we've got these as well. So there's loads and loads which you can, exactly that, attach to it to really, I suppose, get some decent pictures. You've of course still got Hot Rod, which this is definitely like core class sort of size. With regards to other figures, there is Commander Prime, just as I say, to give you an idea with that. But that's pretty much all there is to say about the functionality of this mode. I just trying to give you a bit more detail on the front. So you've got painted windows there and the grille at the front, which is good. I spin this around, it does all hold together quite neatly. To be honest, it is big, it is heavy, and once again, it does feel robust. I think that's what these newer figures do tend to feel like, in honesty. But there we go, that's truck mode. Let's come back and have a look at him in his base. Okay then, so before I quickly just show you the base in a bit more detail, I just wanted to show you that you would attach roller right in there. As I say, we'll be uploading a separate transformation tutorial as well, and then these are the legs all folded out. So the good thing about this one, which makes it different from the G1 original, is the G1 original needed loads of extra ramps which you attach, whereas with this, everything is literally all built in. All of this folds out of roller which was there and then attaches to the side. So although it hasn't actually got the motor which the G1 figure did have, this guy has everything all built in, which I think is obviously very, very important. So let me just put the camera on the stand and I can show you all the rest of the features as well. Okay then, so this, as I say, is the base mode. Now let's be honest, some people love it, some people hate it. I completely respect everybody's opinion because it is just him sort of lying down. His head is very, very visible, and you can also bring his arms around as well, which I'll show you in a second, which I know that some people just do not like. So here is this, you can fold this around, you can stand Hot Rod ready manning this gun if you wanted to, so we can pop that there. And as you say, you can spin this around via this part here, which is great. And again, you can attach numerous amounts of blast effects to it as well. You can also take the giant trailer and you can clip that to the front. I'm going to show you that again in a second. It will attach via there. The giant gun, now this is where I suppose it gets a little crazy, and I suppose I completely appreciate people's opinion that they don't like it, but what you can do is you can just spin the arms around like so. You can then sort of partially transform him to get his fists out, and then what you can start to do is, if you wanted to, as I say, you can put all of the weapons into his hands and he can actually wield them. In fact, let me just work away around here so I can show you it. So there we go. If I turn it to the side, you can see that we've got the fist grabbing on to the blaster. I've attached that blast effect there. You can see the front there, there's a tab, there's a hole. You can then attach this, as I say, to there as well. So you can just build a huge, huge play set. There's something else you can do which I haven't showed you yet. This is the other accessory. You can basically build yourself like, I don't know if it's classed as an energon sword or whatever it is, but you can attach them to that. And then this can also be wielded by him in this particular mode and in the other mode. It is strange, but it's fun. And I don't know what it is about it that makes me like it so much. It's a bonus mode that I don't know if many people will actually use it, but I suppose it served more of a purpose when it did have the battery in it, but the fact that you don't need it and you can still do it. And again, let's not forget, as I say, the best thing about these sort of play sets is, I've just knocked Hot Rod over. If you look at the bottom there, if you see them ramps, they're the universal ramps, which means you can attach more stuff to it. You can attach any of the other play sets, any of the bases that we've had over the Legacy, and indeed back into the War for Cybertron trilogy, they will attach to that as well. So the big massive pros on this is the fact, as I say, that everything is all built in and you haven't got to worry about losing anything. But I suppose the little con is the fact that, as I say, there is no battery working, but you don't even need it. As I say, you can just spin it manually anyway, so that's more than enough fun with that. But to be fair, the main reason we're looking at this guy is the robot mode, so let's get him back in there and do some final thoughts and comparisons in robot mode. Okay then guys, back for the final time with him in his robot mode, with his antenna on, and this is definitely the way that I would be displaying him. He just looks sensational. As I say, it's rare because usually you're getting updated versions of G1 figures, and what they've done is you know, sometimes they've downscaled them, or sorry, the chug versions, but with this one it's definitely a much improved and hugely upscaled version of the G1. Let's see if I can just get that light to turn away. I want to show you again, this was of course the sword that we made whilst in the base mode. You can attach that into the hand if you wanted to. You could also then take this could double up as a handheld gun as well. If you remember, it was like that for the base mode, and then it was like that on the back of the truck, but it will still fit via the 5mm port into his hand. Oh, he says, just reaching around there like so. Oh, it just keeps getting stuck. Typically, I know it goes in because I've already had a play around with it. It's just, again, there you go, it's a brand new toy, so it's nice and stiff. And again, you can attach as many blast effects to it as you wanted to. And we haven't even attached yet the giant gun that he's got himself with this. So definitely, as I say, the best way to display him, and he will make a huge presence on your shelf. So very quickly, because I've already done a few comparison videos as well, there is the original one that's right down there, and then of course here is the Generations one, you can see, which is brilliant. And then let me just get two more quick comparisons ready for you. Okay then, and very quickly at the end, if you see this there, they're the vintage other G1 original Battlestars. Just imagine how much better this would be if they upscaled them as well. There we go guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Take care.